Hello, little gardeners, and hello, parents. Welcome to my garden. My name is Zylo, and I traveled all the way from my home planet, Glimmer, just to learn about Earth's amazing plants. Isn't that exciting? On Glimmer, everything glows, even the soil. But here, the sun gives our plants all the energy they need. It's like a giant, warm hug for every leaf and flower. Today, I want to tell you a story about something that happened right here, in this very garden. It's called Zylo, and the garden that wanted to grow too fast. It all started last week. I was so excited to plant my brand new super-duper tomato seeds. I dug little holes in the soft soil, just like this. See? Not too deep, just a cozy little bed. Then, I gently placed one seed in each hole. 2. I whispered to them, "Grow big and strong, little seeds. I can't wait to taste your juicy red tomatoes." I covered them up with a soft blanket of soil and gave them a gentle drink of water. Now, gardening teaches us something very important. Little gardeners, it teaches us patience. Plants are a lot like us. They need time to grow. They can't just sprout up overnight. Jess, like you can't suddenly become a grown-up in one day. But I forgot that lesson. I was just so excited. The next morning, I woke up before the sun and rushed out to the garden. I looked at the spot where I planted my seeds. Nothing. Just brown soil. I thought maybe they need more sunshine. So, I got my big shiny reflector from my spaceship eye. Use it to catch starlight and I pointed it right at the soil. "More sun!" I shouted. The day after that, I came out again. Still nothing. Maybe they're thirsty, I decided. So, I got the hose and gave them a big drink of water. So much water that it made a little puddle. "Drink up, little seeds," I said. But the next day, there was still no little green sprouts. I was getting a little worried and a little impatient. I wanted those tomatoes now. I thought, what else do plants need? Food. That's it. So, I gave them lots and lots of plant food, way more than the package said to use. I thought if I gave them more food, they would grow faster and bigger. Imagine giant tomatoes, as big as my head. But do you know what happened, little gardeners? The next day, I came out to the garden, and still nothing had sprouted. The soil looked a bit soggy and not very happy. I sat down and felt very sad. I thought maybe I was a bad gardener. My big green head drooped all the way to my knees. Just then, my friend, a wise old earthworm named Wigglebert, popped his head out of the soil. "What's wrong, Zylo?" he wiggled. "You look like your spaceship has a flat tire." I told Wigglebert everything. How I gave the seeds extra sun, extra water, and extra food. But they still wouldn't grow. Wigglebert listened very carefully. Then, he said, "Zylo, you are giving them too much of everything. You are trying to rush them. Plants know what to do, but they need to do it in their own time. It's like when your parents give you one cookie. It's a lovely treat. But if they gave you a whole jar of cookies to eat all at once, you'd get a tummy ache, wouldn't you?" He was right. I realized I wasn't being kind to my seeds. I was being pushy. I was so focused on wanting tomatoes that I forgot to listen to what the seeds really needed. They didn't need extra everything. They just needed the right amount of everything. And most importantly, they needed time. So, I stopped. I didn't use my reflector. I only watered them when the soil felt dry, like this. You can check by poking your finger in a little bit. If it feels dry, it's time for a drink. If it's still damp, you can wait. I didn't give them any more food. I just sat by the garden every day and waited. I even sang them some songs from my home planet. And then, one beautiful morning, I saw it. A Tino. tiny little green sprout poking its head out of the soil to say hello. And then another, and another. Oh, I was so happy I did a little space jig. My seeds were finally growing. They weren't growing super fast, but they were growing strong and healthy. And that's what matters most. They grew because I was patient. Learn that being a good gardener isn't about making things happen fast. It's about giving your plants what they need and then trusting them to grow when they are ready. It's about being a patient and caring friend to your garden. So, parents, this is a wonderful lesson to share. Gardening isn't just about growing plants, too. It's about growing patience, responsibility, and understanding the rhythm of nature. And for all you little gardeners, remember my story. When you plant a seed, give it a gentle pat, a little water, some sunshine, and lots of patience. Your garden will thank you for it, and soon you'll have your very own yummy vegetables or beautiful flowers to enjoy. Look at my tomato plants now. They're getting bigger every day. They have little green leaves and strong stems. Soon, they will have little yellow flowers. And after that, tiny green tomatoes that will turn big and red. And when I finally get to eat one, it will taste extra delicious because I know I waited and cared for it the right way. Gardening is a magical adventure, and I'm so glad we can share it together. Thank you so much for watching. Little gardeners, I can't wait to see you again. Subscribe for the next episode of Zylo's Garden, where we'll learn how to make a super cool home for helpful bugs like Wigglebird. Bye for now.